What is going on, everyone? It's our boy DC3 Johnson here with another Madden 21 franchise mode video, guys, against the LA Rams here. So once again, this time around it should be in their home turf, the SOFI Stadium, the near $2 billion stadium that took them a bit to complete, but obviously it should be a very fun and impressive. Um, it'll probably look really pretty in television. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm actually looking forward to. I actually would want to see a Rams game just so I could get at least like on television. I'm pretty sure it'll be like Fox that they'll end up having to transmit the games on. But I would want to see just so I could see the outside of the stadium and all that. I know the NFL ends up planning to move their headquarters from Culver City, like the TV headquarters, to Inglewood because of SoFi. So it just already kind of shows the hype for that stadium. And I know they got the Super Bowl coming up this upcoming year. So should be rather interesting. Unfortunately, our boy Josh Jones ends up costing us the opening play. That would have been a nice gain on our pretty much on yardage and get Christian Kirk some good yardage there. So we're gonna have to redo everything in a sense, which is fine. I mean, whatever. Some time ticked away. The Rams were successful in their opening drive. They got the field goal, so it's 3-0. Another flag on the floor. Our second one. We've actually been pretty good about not getting too many penalties. Unfortunately, looks like that was the first case of our dual penalty on the opening drive, and of course, as a poetic way, it ends up being an interception. Look at Christian Kirk, the intended receiver, as the commentators would say, and unfortunately, just ends up falling apart a little bit. And so now Jared Goff, who is now playing for the Detroit Lions. Now, that one actually should be very interesting. Let me know what you guys think. For those of you that follow the Rams, or for those of you that, I guess, just a general football fan, like, what do we think about that Stafford trade? Like, what do we think about it? I personally think it can be somewhat of an upgrade for the Rams, because I think Stafford was one of those players that people would talk about, but because he played on a team like Detroit, not saying that Detroit's a horrible team, but they just were never really, they could never get the pieces together. But even then, even despite the fact of their shortcomings, people would talk about Matthew Stafford. And so I'm thinking now with the Rams, who are always willing to move pieces around, maybe that might be a better fit. Maybe, who knows, right? Like, I consider it to be an upgrade. I mean, look at the fact that they committed to Jared Goff, as we just actually, let's come back to that. Let's just take a quick look at that. Just a fantastic pass to DeAndre Hopkins. I had to make the honorable mention really quick. Just able to just jump up in the air and just throw himself, in a sense. So fantastic for us. But yeah, like, going back to the whole Jared Goff conversation. So with Jared Goff, like, the fact that they literally had committed a 4-year deal to him, and then all of a sudden they're like, you know what? He might not be the quarterback we need to get over the hump. Granted, they just went to the Super Bowl maybe about a year or two ago with Jared Goff, but they were just like, you know what? Let's try something new. Nothing too bad about that, right? And so you want a team that can and is willing to move pieces around to get you in a better position to win a title. And so, with that being said, we move on to the second quarter here, guys. So right now we end up getting 2 field goals. So right now it's a 6-10 ball game. Unfortunately, another interception for Kyler Murray. And so that pretty much is putting a little bit of a dent in our offense here. Almost a near 4th interception. Luckily, this time Max Williams is able to double back before that happens. But unfortunately, he's not able to stop another interception there. And so this time, DeAndre Hopkins is able to get the leg trip to get us somewhat of a fighting chance. But it ends up being a touchdown, so it's going to be a 17-6 ball game here. So now Kyler Murray relying on the run, since the pass has been a little bit not there at the moment. Ends up getting some sweet 20 yards at the moment. Just, another opportunity here to get the first down. Perfect, successful. So now we get into the LA Ram territory. We're at the 43. On the other possession, we get to the 39. And so we give it to King and Drake, who's going to get us to the 32 and get us the first down. Jared Goff just kind of looking above and just being like, well, they're doing what they're doing. And so we get to the 2-minute warning. Christian Kirk is starting to get a little bit on fire here. And so into the red zone we go. So now we go to the 4. We cut the Jets in. They try to stop us there, but unfortunately nothing they could do there at that point. It's already too late. We get the leg in, and I guess the touchdown there. So with the opportunity to put us within, keep us in a one-possession game. Heading into the first half. So kudos to the Rams. They have really come out of the gate. Really were like, you know what, the Cardinals are a very offensive team. We need to get our points up, and they have done it. So Sean McVay and the coaching staff, they've really done a good job in really getting the offense going. Really also cutting our offense apart. Like the defense for the Rams has been really, really good this game. Like the fact that Kyler Murray has thrown about 3 interceptions just goes to show how good they've been about reading the plays. And so unfortunately, they haven't been able to stop the running game for Mr. Kyler Murray as we get into the LA Ram territory. And with the pass to Mr. Max Williams, able to get a 20-yard gain to get in the red zone. And so now with DeAndre Hopkins getting us to the 2, we push into the 1, get an injury timeout. Boom. Kenyon Drake on the next possession is able to get the touchdown. And so that should be, I'm not sure if that's 20th of the season, but I mean it is the first touchdown of the half for him as we finally end up taking the lead there 20-17 midway through the third. Another opportunity for us to get a rush here, and so we end up getting to the 44-yard line. Just doing a fantastic job here, giving it to King and Drake this time. Once again, they're anticipating the pass. They're kind of surprised, and we end up going for another rush there, which ends up leading into an 18-yard gain. And so that's going to put us at 100 yards for Mr. King and Drake, which is, to be quite frank with you, 100 yards is all I expect from our running back. So anytime they get more than that, it's just a good game. It's just a really, really good game because defenses are really tough in stopping our running. We're not really known for being a rush first pass team. We're more of a pass first team. So for me, the running back is not really, they don't have a lot of pressure. They just, whenever we're getting the run stopped or the pass stop, we expect the runners to really get that run and game going. And so the Rams are finally able to score a field goal in the second half to make it 27-20 here. So fourth quarter, guys, this is what it's all about. And so another rush for Mr. Kyler Murray, who's able to break 100 yards, and so we throw it, and unfortunately ends up being another interception. Able to get the tackle right at the get-go. That should be another injury for Mr. Humphries. And so with that being said, another field goal for the Rams. Unfortunately, still no touchdown as of yet for the second quarter, for the second half. I actually think they stopped scoring since the first quarter. And so with that being said, another tough pass from Mr. Christian Kirk, who's able to catch it there one more time. Just a really, really, really tough catch there. And so just a quick look one more time there on slow mode. Able to just jump up right before the defense gets there and able to tuck it in before they come for the tackle. And so that's what championship plays are all about. This time we fake it. We give it to Chase Edmonds. So we actually get Chase Edmonds into the game. We fake it to Mr. Drake, who ends up getting the 11 yards. And so I think this time around, we get our rookie. Well, now it's his second year, but I think we get our boy either Benjamin or we get the tight end, Mr. Daniels, the backup tight end, to get some running there. And so with a few minutes left here, we end up going for it on third down for the run. We usually like to pass, but ends up being a run there, which ends up putting us short. We go for the field goal, for the field goal, and so it's now 30-23. So it's still a one possession game here. Unfortunately, it looks like they get intercepted at the 1. It looks like they end up trying to go for the pass on the 1, ends up backfiring, and so it is now a 30-23 ball game. We have possession, so we're going to go for the run. We're not going to pass. We're going to avoid passing unless when absolutely necessary, and we're going to burn these timeouts. Gonna go ahead and burn these timeouts as the stadium is on fire right now. They're on edge, crowd's on edge. As right now, you can hear the crowd rumble in the background as Mr. Max Williams ends up catching for the first down, because they know what's at stake here. They know the Rams won't have an opportunity here. And so now Christian Kirk, another pass there. You can still hear the rumbling in the background. Rams fans are not happy whatsoever. And so with the touchdown there, that pretty much puts the dagger on it. And there that should pretty much do it there. So there you see Sean McVay just like, damn. But there, to be quite honest, even though the score doesn't reflect it, it was a very tight game. I think what ends up kind of undoing the Rams is the fact that they scored 17 points. I think I'm gonna wait for that score breakdown. There you see the photo opportunity there. Let's see if it pops up. Yeah, so there you see. So he scored 17, so 10-7, but they couldn't score in the third quarter. They had such a hard time scoring that they just weren't unable to recover from that. 246 pass yards, no rush. So they struggled at the rushing game, 61 yards. That's actually pretty bad. But with that being said, guys, that pretty much improves our record to 10-4, I believe, as we're winding down this season. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, feel free to hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for the next one. That way you don't miss anything. Take care and stay safe out there, guys.